right, so as we mentioned in the previous problem, using vectors can give us a way to show our addition of signed numbers. So I'm going to work through these next examples actually drawing our vectors up above a number line. Again, you can feel free to use this method if you want to, but then after we get through this example, we're going to shorten it down to a couple of rules that are at the bottom, and then we're going to refer back to this list of rules as we complete the examples on the next page. Okay, so for this first one, we're going to add using vectors. Right, so we're going to start, anytime we're doing an addition problem, we're going to start at 0, right, and then we're going to go left or right to get to our first number, and then we're going to take that and then use that second number to figure out our stopping point. Right, so I'm going to go to the left 3. So I'm going to start at 0, right, and I'm going to go to the left 1, 2, 3 units. Right, and I'm going to end at this -3. Right, so there is my -3 by my vector. Right, now this plus -2 means I'm going to continue going to the left, right, 2 more spaces. Right, so as we count 2 more spaces, right, well, we're going to end, right, at this -5. Right, so -3 plus -2 equals -5. Now as we look at this next one, our first number here, right, is -6. So we're going to start at 0, and we're going to go back to we see -6. Now we're going to go +8. So we're going to start at this -6 and we're going to count 8 the other way. And you don't necessarily have to draw out the arrows. You can use a number line and just do the counting. So if we start at this -6 and we add 8, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we've counted all the way over to 2. So what that means is our second vector started here, right, and moved to the right, oops, all the way until we stopped at that value of 2. Right? So in this case, our -6 plus 8 gives us a +2. Right, then for this last example, 3 plus -7. So we're going to start at 0 and go to the right 3 places. Right, that's where our first vector starts and stops. Then our second vector, we're going to start at that 3, right, and we're going to go to the left 7 spaces because we have a -7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to end up at -4. So I'm going to draw this line in here, put my arrow there to get my vector, right, and my answer to this problem, right, is -4. So when we're adding using vectors, again, you can actually draw out the line if that's beneficial to you, or you can use a number line just to count. Remember, positive, you're always going to be going to the right. Negative, you're always going to be going to the left. All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to take these ideas of adding with our vectors, and we're eventually, in the next example, going to see kind of a shortcut rule that we have for these vectors. And as we're going through these next few problems, instead of actually drawing out our number line and using it every time, we're going to use our rules. However, at any point, if you're uncomfortable using the rules or if you want to double check, feel free to go back to this example and either write it out or count it out using your number line and using vectors.